get cracking. Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Monday the 17th of January. So let's start off looking at risk events as usual and bring those up. Here we go. So for today, well, we had the Chinese GDP came out slightly higher than expected there. Retail sales slightly lower, well, quite a bit lower, half almost. Well, actually more than half. So, anyway, less than expected. So lighter figures there at the moment. Today we've got a US bank holiday. Now we'll find that the forex markets continue running through the afternoon or into the evening, but the volumes will no doubt be lighter. We see this on a bank holiday, so the volumes will be lighter there. CAD, we've got business outlook survey. I don't know why that's rated quite so high. Generally, has very little effect, but who knows on a day like this. So a relatively quiet day ahead in terms of news. So let's have a look at the technicals, and we're starting off looking at euro dollar. Well, euro's started the morning with a bit of a bounce, a bit of a skip in its step there maybe. Got plenty below though. I'm not massively convinced by this move. It's let's say a little bit of a bounce. I mean, if it was to continue from where it is at the moment, maybe it have a bigger correction. I'm looking though at the weekly pivot below, thinking of that has been a bit of a draw, but I'm still really thinking it got a bit overdone. Now we have got the daily pivot above, which may, as I say, we talk about pivots being a draw, a bit magnetic, and well, that's sitting there just above, and we could see that just being hit and a rollover. But at the moment, short term, okay, we put a higher low in, so there is, as I say, something for it to have a bit of a skip, but it's quite early, low volumes, and as I say, the weekly pivot maybe just have a bigger draw. I'm still expecting this has just been a bit of a corrective wave, right? So that's where it is at the moment. If it was to start pushing through the daily pivot, well, yeah, I've just got to accept it may at some stage push up for those highs. Certainly the daily R1 is sitting there at 14.65 or something in that region, 66. Okay, the pound. So the pound, where we're sitting at the moment, well, sold off on Friday again, a little bit of a bounce at the moment. Looking at where it is, it's just on its one of its trend lines I've popped here. It is the more bullish of the two European currencies I'm looking at generally, but it's confirmed a lower high in this 4-hourly time frame, and okay, short term again, it's got this higher low in their daily pivot. Same picture really. We're looking at both currencies, and I guess the obvious point on maybe I should draw on this on the euro as well. If it starts breaking this level, well, looking for the more bearish side, S1, and maybe more, certainly on the euro, looking for more downside if it corrects. Dollar yen. Yen is softening, the dollar strengthening against the yen here at the moment, so it's a bit different. This normally suggests risk off, risk on, so the traders are looking for risk. Funny, a bit of old price action seeing over here is looking like a double doji. I just noticed the price action, it's run into a weekly pivot there at the moment. Interesting point, if it's going to strengthen some more, well, this is a point of resistance for the yen, where it sits around here. If the dollar's going to carry on pushing up, expect it to push up towards the 50, etc. Just looking at it shorter term here, I mean, it was a clear day of weakening for the yen on Friday. Why it's continued to weaken here, it's questionable. As I say, it just would suggest that risk is back on in these markets. No real trading plan on the yen there. Aussie dollar though, we've been sitting, I drew this on I think on Friday, sitting in this range, struggling a little bit. Friday's certainly selling back off again. It was one of the currencies I'd identified as having potential strength there, but it looks like it's well, certainly struggling from here. Maybe if it can push up, but all I'm looking at is pushing up into its weekly pivot and maybe finding resistance. So it's the least of the markets. I mean, it's not put a higher low in on the hourly, just a tad weaker than everything, or the pound, euro, etc. So just looking at a little bit weaker. As I say, got the weekly and daily pivots above. It does start pushing up, or maybe look for one of those in terms of if I was going to sell it short, that would be the sort of points from where I'd be looking from. Okay, that's the Aussie CAD. Canadian dollar lost some ground on Friday, gained it back a bit today at the moment, so it's just pulling back against this US dollar here. Gone maybe a bit early. Similar picture, inverted pound, inverted euro at the moment, effectively with the lower high instead of the higher low. It's got the higher low back here on Friday, but at the moment looking like it's gaining a bit of strength. So it says this risk on again, is showing through that. Okay, let's have a look at around the other markets. Gold, what's that up to? Gold picking up a little again this morning. Thursday, Friday, just down days, just not really managing to continue with this momentum. Seeing a bit more of a skip through the Asian session here. Didn't quite come off its weekly pivot there, but erring more bullish, looking maybe see a continuation into those prior highs. But got to tread carefully as we move into this week. Okay, just looking at shorter time frames here. It's quite a clean move straight up there. Quite bullish market overall there on gold at the moment. Looking, as I say, erring on that more bullish side, but I'd watch it carefully this morning. Oil, well, we had a solid old push up on Friday there, and it's trying to pitch out this morning as well. It broke through so on Friday's pattern there, pulled back in, but continue to the upside. Higher lows as we push through here. Overall, just looking, I mean, I'd like to have seen a bigger correction on this if I was trying to jump aboard, but at the moment it just looks pretty bullish on the higher time frames. Not much to add there. Close towards the highs, which generally suggests a continuation, but it's right into these prior highs here, so would step a bit careful in case it decides that this is the point it has a retrace. Right, that's that. Let's have a look at the get the right markets up here. Let's have a look at the crypto market. So Bitcoin just coming off today. Not done a lot over the weekend. It seemed I was reading somewhere that the use of Bitcoin has dropped back a little bit and in favour of some of the other coins. So it's sort of seeing this sort of lose a bit of its shine for now, at least. I'm still sort of quite bearish on it. Sentiments quite fearful, which I'm going to be looking at doing some further analysis on it later, what the big money is, but it still looks quite fearful, which generally when it's like this, all of a sudden we may get sort of quite almost get like a short squeeze effectively, so we've got to be a bit careful on that. Ethereum though, well, slight gains there, but selling off over the week. Today after taking away its weekend gains. Ripple the same. The coin that's outperformed really is Cardano, outperforming this morning. Well, this weekend, yesterday in particular. It's just seems to be gaining favour at the moment. Yeah, It's not much to add to that at this stage. Litecoin not really doing too much. It's just easing up slightly. As I say, my previous, I say my favourite, but the one that is outperforming has been FTM. Good day yesterday, but giving it back this morning. So as it's running back into those that high zone that we saw back in October. Right. Okay. So generally on the bigger side of things, selling off this morning and softish. Okay, let's have a look at the indices. Oh, okay, thanks, Maverick. Looking at the indices here once again, the CSI 300. I mean, we saw it selling off on Friday. It's gone through. It is try to push up there, just not gaining traction here. Still, to me, looking soft. It's taken out quite a few of the lows last week, and as I say, looking on the softer side of things. Nikkei, well, it's ranging. It's filling its gaps effectively. But again, doji bar not very convincing. FTSE, we're not quite there at the open. Let's just go and look at the other markets first. DAX pushing up this morning. Should check we've got this morning's data here. No, that's hang on, 17th. Yep, we've got data running through here. It's continuous. Pushing up a bit this morning, starting to make a little bit of a push this morning. This all goes with a risk on sort of picture. CAC is struggling somewhat. Look at US markets, S&Ps, again struggling. As I say, personally, I just think these have got a bit more downside to happen, but we'll see what shapes up here. The Nasdaq, again, already broken the prior lows there. To me, it just looks in this pattern we're seeing here, lower highs coming through. Just expect further downside. Now we may get days up, but I'm just a tad bearish at the moment across these US markets in particular. And again, the Dow Jones coming off on the futures there. Let's go back, look at the FTSE now. It's open there, opened up with a new high, and pushing into new high territory. So solid morning for the FTSE then as we progress. So really is, say, risk back on today. That seems to be the theme at the moment. We'll just see how long that lasts for. Right, have a great day, and I will catch you all on in the morning even. Take care. Bye for now.